Welcome into the Cowboys Report, made possible today by Manscaped. If you haven't already got their top-of-the-line men's grooming products, you can get 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com. Tell you more about them later on in today's show, but there is some news to kick off today's show. The Cowboys have added a quarterback for rookie minicamp, at least. Matthew McKay, who has spent some time, actually started some games briefly at NC State, finished up his career at Elon. He has been invited to rookie minicamp for the Cowboys. They did the exact same thing last year because they need people to throw the passes. Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, Will Grier, those are all vets. They're not going to be present at rookie minicamp. They need a young player, a rookie, if you will, to be the one in charge of actually throwing passes so you can try out your offense, run everything there. So there was always going to be at least one invite. Maybe there's a second one even coming. They did that last year. They invited two guys. Neither impressed that much. Hopefully things are different for Matthew McKay. The Cowboys have open roster spots, and there will probably be some more rookie minicamp invites that we'll hear about, when minicamp gets started this weekend. But McKay has a chance to impress and maybe even earn a spot, at least for training camp and for the preseason. McKay last year for Elon, they did make the FCS playoffs, by the way. Only 61% of his passes, under 2,750 yards, so kind of see why maybe he didn't get drafted or even get signed straight up as a UDFA. But does a good job of not turning the football over. Only 4 interceptions last year. You're looking to help just kind of survive, get through rookie minicamp. And the quarterback spot in this role is often undervalued because you need someone who can allow you to evaluate the other players. If you're sailing every pass high, that does not go over very well. The Cowboys, as I mentioned, have 3 quarterbacks on the depth chart right now, Dak, Rush, and Grier. They made a big deal about wanting to take a 4th one. And then they all got drafted, so it didn't quite work out from that perspective. So maybe McKay can flash and earn a role, but the Cowboys didn't sign a UDFA either. And again, there weren't that many appealing options as far as I was concerned. And clearly the Cowboys felt the exact same way. Here's what's coming soon on the Cowboys Report, including tomorrow. We will have a live schedule show. If we get the leaks early, we'll do a video on that, but we will be going live an hour-ish, give or take, before the 2023 NFL schedule release to hang out, have some fun, and talk schedule, the final big event in terms of the calendar year beyond some OTAs and rookie minicamps. We will also have on Sunday, I'll come in on my off day for you guys, a rookie minicamp winners and losers video. Don't miss out. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Let's go to Tyler Smith. I'll list him at OT. I don't know if he's OT or OG or just O-line in general. He's open to playing any spot on the offensive line. That certainly makes some sense. It is still unclear where the Cowboys will actually end up playing Tyler Smith this year. I think in their ideal world, he's their left tackle from now for the next 10-plus years. That might not be the reality they have to operate in this upcoming season. So here's what Tyler Smith recently told ESPN. I'm like, just tell me where to go, and I'll go. I'm ready to go wherever I can to contribute. I'm just ready to keep improving. Exactly what you want to hear out of Tyler Smith, who I think was very impressive as a first-year player. But where should he start? The pinned comments on today's show. LG for left guard, LT for left tackle. No other options make any sense for Tyler Smith. So sound off at the pinned comment of today's video. If the ad break comes from the YouTube side, take advantage of it. Head down there, let us know. Some pros and cons here on both sides. I think we would all agree left tackle is the long-term home for Tyler Smith. And I thought, this is my opinion, but I thought he was better at left tackle last year than he was at left guard. But if you're trying to get your best 5 at the positions to maximize them all respectively, wouldn't that be Tyron Smith at left tackle, Terrence Steele at right tackle, and Tyler Smith at left guard, as opposed to trying to put Terrence Steele at a different left guard? I don't think it's a good spot for him, honestly. Is Chuma Adoga, Matt Farniok a better option? I'm not so sure. And I think also guard would help hide some of the flag issues that Tyler Smith does still have. He had 13 penalties last year. Now, 4 of them were declined. There were a couple of plays in which he got beat, got the sack and the flag, which isn't exactly a very good combo there. 6 sacks last season, 11 hits, 22 hurries. I thought the run grade was honestly a little bit low from PFF, but It is PFF there. Overall, I was pretty impressed with what Tyler Smith did. There's still plenty of room for him to grow and improve, but for a young player, a first-round pick, there's plenty of reasons to be confident in his ability moving forward. This is how I would stack the offensive line. Tyron Smith, I think, was better at left tackle than right tackle. I think Terrence Steele's better at right tackle than left guard. So if I want to maximize everybody on the roster, I would wonder if keeping Tyler Smith there at left guard makes the most sense. I think Dallas would love it if Steele could play well at left guard. I don't know if that's really a viable option. We won't know till training camp. So I don't think Dallas knows really where Smith will end up playing. Plus, there's this part too. There's no way Tyron Smith plays all 17 games in the regular season. There's no way. So I am a little bit worried still about that offense line. I think how most fan bases are about their respective units up front. Now, summer is coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game-changing full-body grooming and hygiene products. Increase your confidence level with the full body grooming game with the Performance Package 4.0. The kit comes with the essential Lawnmower 4.0. It's waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and tons of other liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. The Crop Preserver, Crop Reviver, that's ball deodorant and ball toner respectively. 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys over at manscaped.com. I love the Lawnmower 4.0. Works great downstairs and around the chest because nobody wants to see a bunch of big gross hairs angled everywhere. Like, that's just not, it does not look good in the summer. So make sure you're using Manscaped's top-of-the-line men's grooming products. Trim your chesticles with the besticles from Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys over at manscaped.com. That link is in the comment section and the description of today's show. Let's talk free agency now, as Sports Illustrated has floated out the idea of Kareem Hunt being a potential addition for the Dallas Cowboys. I do want to be clear up front. You're going, Kareem Hunt, he's had a pretty good couple years. He fell off bad last year. Kareem Hunt, simply put, is not the same player he was in his prime. But if we take Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys at their word and say they want to run the football more, a little bit worried about where the offensive line at and what the provenness is in the running back room. Kareem Hunt for his career has been a 4.5 yard per carry guy. He averaged 4.9 in 2021. In 2022, despite still being a good pass catcher, or at least value there, he put up career lows in yards per carry, yards per catch. 3.8 yards per carry, 6.0 yards per catch, all significantly lower than his career averages. And then his worst year ever, it was 1.7 yards per catch worse than his career low, 0.4 yards. And this was a 3.8 yards per carry. That was Zeke numbers. On a smaller sample size, and normally more sample size actually leads to worse efficiency. He's going to be his age 28 season this year. He turned 28 before the year, by the way, August 6th. I would be a bit worried about assuming Kareem Hunt would. Is he better than Ronald Jones? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Is he better than Deuce Vaughn? Maybe. I kind of want to see what those guys can do. Dallas drafted Deuce Vaughn in the 6th round. They signed Ronald Jones in NFL free agency. They have Malik Davis, Rico Dowdle, maybe a short yardage fullback chess piece, and Hunter Lipke as well. I would rather see what those guys can do than, put my stock into it. I consider to be a descending player in Kareem Hunt. A year ago, 2 years ago, very different conversation. Beginning of his career was really good with the Chiefs, and of course had the off-the-field stuff. Has had some good play in Cleveland, but 17 games, 123 carries, 3.8 yards per touch, not exactly good. So when it comes to free agency, Dallas has roster spots open, like we mentioned. Name a player who you want to sign in free agency. Drop that player name for me in the comment section right now. Who do you want to sign in free agency? Let's get to some UDFA hype on the eve of rookie minicamp. Jalen Moreno-Cropper is getting hyped up by Bleacher Report. They did it's a fun article every year. One player who could make the 53-man roster for each team, and they went with Cropper for the Dallas Cowboys. And I do think this makes some sense. There is talent there. I had a 5th-round grade on Cropper. I think this was one of the one of the top 20, top 15 player for me who wasn't drafted. Cowboys got him. There is a need at the wide receiver room. It certainly makes some sense from that perspective. And he put up great numbers last year for Fresno State. Over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, put up good numbers in 2021 as well. Has some inside and some outside flex, play some more outside stuff this year. A little bit smaller than you'd like, 5'11", 172. I think he's probably a slot receiver with, 172. There are play strength issues there. He's not good in contested catches, not much special teams background, which could be a big reason why he might not make the 53-man roster. Special teams matters, but he ran a 4.4 40. Did a little bit of kick return stuff, but wasn't very good there. Can do some gadget things for you, make some plays after the catch. I loved that UDFA pickup. And the Cowboys have options now when it comes to the wide receiving room. Lamb, Cook, Gallup are roster locks. Jalen Tolbert should be safe unless he just continues to really, really struggle with some of the just being prepared aspects. I think he was overwhelmed last year as a first-year player. They drafted Brooks in the 7th round. They have last year's UDFA darling Dennis Houston. They have Steven Fehoko. Kevontae Turpin probably makes it as a lock as your kick return, punt return specialist. Can Cropper earn what's probably more like wide receiver 5/6? I think he has to impress on special teams. Not much background there, but at minimum, I think he's a prime practice squad for a year candidate. Of all the UDFAs, this is definitely in my top 5. There are some Hunter Lipke, some edges I like too, some linebackers, but I do think Jalen Moreno-Cropper was a good pick there by Bleacher Report. And hopefully he impresses at rookie minicamp coming up this weekend.